Yep. How's it
Yes.
going? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. How y'all doing? It's the Elite Mancast with your host, uh, Dr. Mammogram. The panel we have Mr. Michael. We have Dr. Keto on as well. We also have a special guest that'll be joining, and the topic is breast cancer awareness. It's a big issue, I would say, for everyone. Well, I'm not, because I don't know the proper age for any woman to get checked, because clearly I'm a male, but get tested early, because there's different signs, and you don't want to be too little too late either. I've done some research which we're going to go ahead and get into shortly, but let's get the show started. Mr. Michael, how you doing up there? On you, Mike.
What's the hell? I can't hear nothing.
We can hear you. Check your mic.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I can't hear anything. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What's up, everybody? This is Mike McKitchen. I can't hear what's going on right now, but breast cancer awareness. I do remember a time when we talked about breast cancer awareness, we were only talking about women. But in this day and age, men are starting to have breast cancer too. So there are a lot of you guys out there that need to probably start looking into getting those mammograms as well, because the obesity rate is big, and some of the men walking around with what they call it gynecomastia.
Yeah, they also have a lot of
Is
built up
something
estrogen.
that now everybody
Yeah.
needs to look into.
Yeah.
So go ahead with it, Dr. Tata.
No, I'm saying,
Dr.
yeah,
Mammogram.
yeah, a lot of men, because we're not in the same, world that used to be. Certain things were only for women. You follow me? Because a while back, I mean, certain things only women to get, or only, uncolored people receive. It's all around now. Even in kids, you know, genetics, yeah, it has something to do with it, but everything that we're feeding our kids now, it's causing children to get sick at a younger age. So, those same things that affect adults can affect kids, like, no matter the age range. The movement is to, raise awareness of breast cancer and reduce the stigma. We're going to get into the age bracket that, let me see. Oh, you came out. Yeah, we're going to get into the age bracket where, you actually want to start getting tested, the different symptoms and everything else with that. Let me bring Mike back in. And if you guys have any questions, of course, we can read it here at the bottom of the screen. You there?
Talking to me? I am now. I'm back finally.
Okay.
I actually hear you. What were you saying?
Now I said, there's certain age brackets where, breast cancer was supposed to be treated, or, the age, kind of like, if you're a male, when you want to go and get checked for colon cancer, or go and get, the finger doctor, the different ages that they have, that you actually want to get checked for breast cancer. I mean, especially like, when you go and get your yearlies and everything.
Right. And actually, that was, I think it was around the age of 50, around the same age as when men are supposed to start getting checked for prostate cancer. But the age limit has dropped over the last couple of years because women are being diagnosed a lot earlier. You even got kids nowadays that are in that zone and are
Mm-hmm.
having to be checked. So yeah, things have changed quite a bit. Now you're able, well, Females are getting it at an earlier age, and men are starting to have to deal with the same issues. So
You're right.
it's a vicious cycle out there. Everything in the world is changing, except us, it seems.
Yeah, you're right about that. Because I've known of a couple of people, that actually had breast cancer. I want to say it was two men that had it, but I mean, of course, like certain things you can stop early. There's always
Mhm.
preventative. Um, they give you different things like, don't wear such a tight bra and, just whatever. I mean, if anything, just go to a doctor because you can go by those folk tales, as I call them, from, like the older
Mhm.
generation, but, look at the education that they had behind it. Um, you can't believe everything you hear. I mean, yeah, you can go to a doctor. I mean, it's always better to go ahead and get a second opinion as well, because what one doctor tells you, you never know, because they can solely be after the money. Not discriminating against doctors or whatever, but
Mhm.
let's think about it. If you have a cure for all this other stuff that's going on, but you don't want to give me the cure, you'd rather keep me addicted to the pills and like the chemo and everything else because it's residual income, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what a large part of it is. And then it can't, to me, it doesn't seem like wearing a tight bra is going to make a difference because, I mean, maybe in the old days it did have something to do with it, but
Hmm.
men have never worn bras. So what's causing the men to start getting breast cancer?
Right.
It's being overweight. It's that obesity. They're starting to have too much estrogen in their body. And I mean, all men have estrogen as well as um, testosterone, but the estrogen levels in men are so low that it's usually practically undetectable. But now the levels are so high that it's causing breast cancer.
Yeah.
I truly believe a lot of it is from the foods we eat and the different products that we're using, as well as who knows. I'm not a female, unfortunately. I'm not at that obese stage to where I have to worry about breast
Yeah.
cancer, but who knows? Maybe I might go get a mammogram if I keep getting out of shape or more out of shape.
Yeah. As I was reading, it said in 2024, approximately 310,720 women were diagnosed with invasive breast cancer, 16% of which women younger than the age of 50. Also,
Hmm.
56,500 women were diagnosed with, a SITU. So, sickness, cancer. There's one thing about cancer, it has no age limit. It doesn't wait till you're an
True that.
adult. Um, Anybody can get it. Don't discriminate against color. It's not like sickle cell where it's mostly in the black community because
Mhm.
cancer is everywhere. And now they have different cancers. Like one cancer can lead up to another one. When they start to germinate or
Mhm.
just get infected. So yeah, black women are more
And
likely to
breast,
die from breast cancer than women of any other ethnic group.
true.
Black women, and I mean,
But a
not
lot
to
of
be
that is because of the health care.
absolutely. And depending on your financial situation. I mean, a lot of black people they can't afford to go to the doctor or they don't want to go. Similar to diabetes, you know,
Hmm.
it's sad to say, but a lot of people find out they have diabetes later on in life when they're going through those final stages, and it's like, well, what was wrong? Well, I didn't get checked. Things like that.
Right.
I understand people hate going to the doctor, but we as men will rather take better care of our vehicles than to go to the doctor.
True.
We'll walk around with that limp or, that pain in our arm or a chest pain. But if I hear something knocking underneath the hood of my car, I got to go get this checked.
Yep.
I mean, if your body
That's
is supposed
true.
to be the vehicle of life and you taking better care of your vehicle that can break down or get repossessed, at the end of the day, your soul could get repossessed. I mean, you don't take care of your body, guess what? You gone.
Hmm. Yes. It is a terrible situation, but this is something. I mean, it's among men in general. Men
Mhm.
just don't like going to doctors, but I know I'm a victim of that because I don't like going to doctors either. I put it off and put it off and put it off until I absolutely have to go.
Right. And it's like,
And
honestly, there's two reasons that people refuse to go to the doctors. Either well, three reasons. They can't afford it, they have no money, or they're afraid of receiving bad news.
yeah,
So,
that's true. And then when you go to the doctor, they start prescribing you stuff that you don't need that's going to lead to something else. So it's like, how do you trust the doctor? How
yeah,
do you know which doctors are going to be straight up with you and tell you, okay, well, all you got to do is change your eating habits. You start eating more vegetables and less meat, and you can
that's
reverse that situation. Do more exercising, stretch, get out in the sun. But nowadays, everybody wants to give you a pill almost as soon as you walk in the door. They hardly even look at you anymore. You got a nurse taking your blood pressure, checking your heartbeat and everything, your pulse. Then all of a sudden, the doctor comes in about 2 minutes, the doctor's walking back out. Look at your chart, look at a computer screen, say a couple of words, and then, all right, I'll see you when you come back for your next checkup. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. Like, see you next year. Um,
Mhm.
it's kind of funny because it's almost like an executive chef at a restaurant. Like, you have your line cooks, your sous chefs that do all the work. The executive chef, like, are we little? I mean, of course we have to know how to cook and everything, but we just walk out to the table, look good, bring the food, share a couple of words, buzz back out.
And yep,
So,
keep it moving
yeah.
and get the big money.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is true. I don't know. I don't really care much for doctors. I don't trust doctors. I mean, especially in black neighborhoods, because it seems like the least qualified of all seem to be in those hospitals in those areas. So it's even harder to trust them. But
Yeah.
that being said, everybody needs to go and get checked out because the test, at least the test shouldn't lie. The doctors might, but the test won't. And you can always get a second opinion.
Yeah, you're right. Um, Let me see. There's the different breast cancer risk. You also have to check your family history because your history starts before you. So don't just ask your mom. What about her mom? I mean, it can't go back. Is there's no limitations like on how many generations it can go back. You can have somebody
Yeah.
like a great aunt from the 1900s. They had it skipped a couple of generations, kind of like twins. So skipped a couple of generations and then you get it. The
Yeah.
family history, genetics. About 5 to 10% of breast cancers are linked to known mutations inherited by someone's mother or father. So by
Yeah.
somebody's mother or father, meaning that it's not only dealing with women. Granted, it's only 1% of men that get breast cancer, but you have to consider how many people are in the world, how many men are in the world.
Hmm.
So, man,
Yeah.
I know you mentioned that you knew a couple of people that had cancer as well, right?
Yeah, I know a few survivors. They were all women, though. I don't know any men that have contracted it, at least not yet, or at least not that I'm aware of.
Or that they know of yet.
Yes.
And yeah, there's like different things where you can like walk. Like October is what, the pink month. So I mean they have different things
Yeah.
that you can do to like support it. But I mean the best support base is yourself.
Mhm.
I mean you can get 100 people to go out there and walk, support, give money donations or whatever. But it's all about what you put in your body. It's not always on the outside. And just because you're small doesn't mean that you're healthy. Because I know a lot of skinny diabetics. I know a lot of skinny people who have
Skinny and
cancer.
obese.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they can
Yeah.
be skinny, but yeah, they're mentally obese. I mean,
Hmm.
alcoholism, drugs, different things like that. And I mean, that's another reason that you really got to watch what you put in your body because yes, your body is the temple, but you know, we really don't know everything that's in the food or vitamins or whatever it is that we eat these days. It can go down, in a nice little pretty capsule, but it can interrupt something in your body. It can expose something else, and next thing you're on life support. Hate to be that drastic with it, but things like that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It really is. It happens way too often, especially among us. But a lot has to do with the foods. A lot of stuff is genetically modified now. So even when you want to eat vegetables, you got
Hmm.
to be careful where you shop for your vegetables. So I
Yeah.
watched a documentary not too long ago. They were talking about the differences in. They don't put GMO on the labels anymore. Now they start putting. Uh, I forget what it was. It was like biologically something.
Yeah.
Basically, it means the same thing as being genetically modified. They just worded it different. And
Yeah.
then in
And
a
then they
lot of
start putting
ways,
on it.
right? And then a lot of times they don't even have to announce on the labels that the stuff is being genetically modified. So we're buying it thinking we're eating healthy because now we're switching from meat to vegetables, but then the vegetables aren't even real anymore that are making you sick.
Yeah.
So it's a lot when it comes to breast cancer or cancer in general because a lot of it comes from the foods that we eat as well as what we do or the way we live our lives. Because a lot of us know smoking, they've been talking about smoking for decades, how it could lead to cancer, but people still smoke.
Yeah. I mean, that's just
It,
like
it,
they say the same. They say the same thing about smoking. They say the same thing about crack. I've been seeing the same crackhead since I was 10 years old when I go back home. Like, and he's
yep,
still alive. So obviously crack don't kill. You got
still
to do everything
leaning
in
to it.
moderation. Not
Yep.
that I'm endorsing it, but it's like, come on now. Let's be real with the numbers.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We've been lied to so much that it's hard to determine what's true and what's not. Because one day they'll tell you that this is the best thing for you. Then a few years later, they tell you, oh, people are starting to die from this. So now you got to change up and do what we told you not to do before.
Yeah. Same
So
thing with water.
where does it end?
We all grew up thinking that drinking plenty of water was healthy for you. The body's mostly water, right? But then you can
Right?
actually die from water intoxication.
Yeah.
So orange juice, just it's all about self, man. It all goes back to like we said, you have to be your biggest supporter.
All right. You have to
About
judge
13%.
everything, judging.
Hmm?
Hmm. Go ahead. You said 13%.
Yeah, about 13%. That's 1 out of 8 women in the US are gonna develop invasive breast cancer over the course of their lifetime. Once again, it goes back to numbers. About 2,710 cases, new cases, are expected to, arrive. And that's 1 out of 833.
Wow.
So
That's a
it's a lot
lot.
to consider. It's a broad subject. And I mean, there's so many details, and you can look everything up nowadays. But it all goes about taking care of yourself, being preventative.
Yeah. Do the best you can with the information that you have because
Yeah,
1 in 833, that's really a lottery you don't want to win.
right.
So
So
what else you got with the statistics? Because I'm out of statistics today.
now, eat a lot of colorful fruits, vegetables, and foods that contain good bacteria like Greek yogurt. Once again, you could
Hmm.
look a lot of this stuff up. They say like drinking a lot of red wine. I mean, they say Mad Dog 2020 is wine
Yeah.
too. Guess I'm good. You know.
And, and I actually heard a report this week. They were talking about that wine is supposed to cause cancer now. After all these years telling us that wine, drinking a glass of wine was heart healthy, now they're saying that it's supposed to start causing cancer.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. The reports they change after a few years. I guess what it is they want you to do something, they're going to tell you that is good for you. But then when they
Yeah.
got enough of that and they want you to start doing something else, now the rules are changed.
Yeah. Because
So
you got to realize everything is good until you know better. I mean,
true.
depending on where you grew up at, people used to think chitlins was good until you know better. Pig intestines, nigga, no, I'm good. And high sauce
Yep.
chitlins, nope. I
Yep.
rather add it to the garbage can. You know,
Yeah.
if you're taking hormone replacement
Get
therapy or birth control pills, check with your doctor. Breastfeeding is supposed to, help and uh, breast. Well, breastfeeding is supposed to help prevent cancer,
Right.
but yeah, stress, because I know people who, if they're sick, they try not to live like a stressful lifestyle, but things happen. And I mean, once you get stressed, being stressed makes you sick,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
another reason I chose to control my anger, because I mean, first off, yeah, I'm healthy. I mean, that's not blame the doctor, it's not my fault. But I try not to let my stress levels get up. And then being in the restaurant industry, we deal with a lot. But I mean,
Mm.
you see some people like they can be 20 years old and they have bags under their eyes and crow's feet and yeah, they smoke and doing this and
Mhm.
doing it. I'm like, yo, you need to chill, because you're letting other people kill you because you can't control your temper.
Yeah.
Right.
All right,
That's
fellas, I
true.
appreciate y'all holding it down, man. I'm a little late, y'all. Forgive me.
You hear? You hear?
Fight,
That's the important
fighting
part.
this traffic around town. But man, yeah, man, I love what y'all talking about, man. It's a great topic because we need to keep that in the forefront because there's so many, like he said, Dr. Mammogram said, there's so many of us black women, there's so many of our black women having, done passed from, and all of that from breast cancer. So we really need to bring awareness to this, even in the youth, because they detected one time a girl as young as 14 years old. She
Wow.
had traits of it. So it's
Hmm.
definitely something that we should always bring our children involved, because if any woman can get breast cancer, why couldn't a little girl get breast cancer? It's just the
Right.
way they feeding us, like you said, Mike, the way the food that they giving us and the things that they doing in society for as cosmetics, lotions, perfumes. We have to detox from all of that type of business as well, man. But yeah, man, we definitely gonna bring more awareness to the things that's hurting us the most. Like one time we might need
Yeah.
to be talking about diabetes as well. Because there's so many of us, like he said, love to eat the soul food, which they think is soul food, but ain't nothing soulful about it. It's death food
Not at
because that's
all.
what they feed the slaves and things like that. But man, yeah, we're gonna bring on a female who knows more about these type of things, so we can get this type of get the better feedback on what we're talking about. Because, like you said, men are just starting to get the breast cancer, but women have always had it. I have an aunt who died from breast cancer, and I
Mm.
know quite a few people who had breast cancer that passed away or got their breast cut off. Even that has happened in the past. Because sometimes you can't remove it. You just have to remove the whole titty, or the whole
Mm.
breast. Let me say,
Hit it.
move the titty, y'all. You gotta move the titty. But hey, man, we're gonna the guest we have tonight is a world-renowned speaker in her household. She causes much noise in the household. But hey, man, at the same time, man, it's a good family member of mine. But we all need to really take serious note to some of the things that she's about to speak about because it affected her, on her journey going to better places, so that we can, become more aware. And that was the whole purpose of this podcast tonight, because it is Breast Cancer Month, October, and it is time that we really need to take our life serious. But hey, man, no further ado. We're gonna bring up Miss Shauna, and Miss Shauna, if you could, hold on, let me get you right here. Yeah, if you could let us know more about you and your situations. There we go. Wait a minute. Oh boy, I think I removed it. Let me see. Let me
I'm
pull it
still
back.
backstage.
All right, there we go. Uh,
She don't want to
there.
stay.
Yeah, my phone moving a little slow, y'all. I'm in a new location. Damn, I thought I brought her home.
You
I
didn't.
seen
She
her
You
bring
did,
her
and she
home.
dropped right back out.
Yeah, see
Okay.
that? I'm in
See,
this new
you put me
location. There we
backstage
go.
again. You put me in a corner.
There
Nobody
you
puts
go.
baby in a corner. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
Absolutely. How you
Yep.
doing?
Okay.
yeah.
I'm great. And Keith is right about one thing. I am a renowned speaker in my home, in my household. Um, well, again, my name is Shauna. I am 48 years young. And one of the things that I have come across with a lot of women in my age category, younger, older, is the biggest thing for them is they are scared, and excuse my French, shitless to even go to the doctor to find out, to even have a mammogram because they're scared and they're afraid of finding out that they have it. And I know that that may sound a little weird. Well, don't you think you would want to go? Think about it. Do you want to hear bad news that you have a disease that has no cure to it and that you could possibly die from it and leave your family behind? No, nobody wants to hear that, but it's a necessary evil, so to speak. It's something that we have to do. Um, I know this is very close to my heart because it's a generational thing in my family. The women in my family are prone to breast cancer. I have a grandmother that did have a single mastectomy where that was just the removal of one of her breasts, and I have an aunt that's still kicking and screaming here that had to have a double mastectomy because of it, where the cancer does go into remission. At first, it was the one breast, and then it came back and it spread to the second breast. So it's about making sure, for me, is encouraging these women, the women in our family, from our daughters to our mothers, our sisters, our friends, to make sure that they're going and get these mammograms. I know it's scary. Trust me, I was there. But knowing earlier, sooner than better, is going to up your chances of sustaining a longer, healthier life. Okay,
Mhm.
because the longer you wait, then there is no hope. I do have a god sister of mine that Keith also knows very well, that was just 30 years old, died of breast cancer, stage 4. Didn't
Wow.
find
Wow.
out until it was in stage 4. She died in her sleep. Her 2 twin daughters, who were 9 years old, found her dead in her bed.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
All because she did not go and get the checks when the signs were there. So it's about making sure that these women recognize the signs because, like Keith said, it's not always associated with women who are going through menopause or at a certain age. Young kids can get it. I was diagnosed with having cancer in my system when I was 16 years old, and I've been dealing with it my entire life. Okay, of having it, making sure that I'm getting checked and everything like that. You would think that was even more of a reason for me to go get my mammogram a lot earlier than I did just last year. But from going through, the doctors and going to the hospitals, it was something that was scary for me because I did not want to hear, yes, ma'am, you have breast cancer right now, because I saw the effects of it. So it's about educating the women that we care about, that we love from an early age, and recognizing different things that they need to do and start early to kind of prevent this. Like I said, getting checked. I know so many young ladies that work here in my company that have never been to a gynecologist. And that blows my mind. It blows
Damn.
my mind that they've never been to a gynecologist outside of going to the OBGYN when they were pregnant. That's sad to me. That's sad because how else are they going to be able to protect themselves? So I think this day and age that a lot of this
What a
generation
miss.
here, they're not talking about it as much as they should. Um, and for me, that's sad and that's a problem. I talked to my daughter about it since forever. It's so funny because Keith will tell you, she's what, 17 years old, and I can, from the longest time, I see her in the bathroom, I'm like, Mom, do you feel something? Is there a lump? But it's because she's aware of it. And to make sure that if anything, doesn't feel right, that, to make sure she says something about it. So it's the awareness part for me, and letting women know that it's okay. Yes, it's scary, but it's a necessary evil. You have to do it in order to prepare yourself. It's not fun. It's not fun seeing someone go through it. It's not fun going through it, but it's a part of life. And Keith, you said something true about men with breast cancer. Listen, brother, this is nothing new. Men's been having breast cancer since the beginning of time, just like women have. It's just now being talked about.
Right.
That's the difference, is that now
Yeah.
it's being talked about for men, that they can be affected by this, but they've been going through it just as long as we have. And it was being misdiagnosed because no man wants to hear I have breast cancer. They're like, I don't have breast, I got a chest. What you mean I got breast cancer? Does that mean that I got, some estrogen in me?
Yeah.
Like it's a thing that's, first of all, it's taboo. You already know, especially in our culture here. I'm Black and Latino, but in Black and Latino cultures, it's something that is always taboo to talk about certain health issues and stuff like that, especially when it comes to our men. And we got to break that cycle.
Yeah.
We have to, because our sons are being affected as well, not just our daughters.
That's for real.
Right.
Yeah, then cancer. Period. We are born with cancer cells in our body from the
Absolutely.
beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So we really need to basically watch our diets, man. Our lipids, not
Absolutely.
our diets, but our lipids. And I went to a guy's house yesterday, and his wife has like big pots of greens, she's growing all her food. And he was talking down. I'm like, bro, you don't really know what's going on, do you? Because the wife is doing this, growing the foods because she can't trust the grocery store.
Yeah.
So don't talk bad about your wife.
That's right.
Right.
Oh, but man, she don't do this and she don't do that, but she's keeping you healthy, brother.
Yes. She's
Yeah.
sustaining
Your
your
health,
life.
I don't care how much money you think you got. I don't care how much money you got. You get on that deathbed. Oh, that money you want to go away.
Yep.
Shit, man, you can have all this money.
Oh
Let
yeah.
me
The crazy
live.
thing is, you know what the crazy thing is too, that what's supposed to be organic, or so they say, is so outrageously overpriced. And the crazy thing about it, it is not organic. It says definitely not, because
Right.
they put
Yeah.
the same chemicals that they putting in that peach that's for 99 cents and one that's $2.99
Right.
to make it look pretty and keep that color and that luster. And they're fooling people. They're fooling people to think that these are healthier options, and it's not. If you really look at it, you got to do your research on what they're putting out there that's organic. If you look on the back, and the first thing it says is riboflavin. That's not organic, dude. Why are you buying it? Just because it's advertised as organic? You have to go deeper than that. And I think society is fooled by that. It says organic, so it must be good. Listen, I have this app that I use on my phone, and I go out and I scan barcodes for things that are organic. You don't know how many times that is coming back as being less healthy than the item that's saying that is non-organic.
Yeah.
They're poisoning us, and
You're right,
they
because
don't understand that.
because all of the chemicals that they're putting in there to
Absolutely.
make up for it.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
in school for massage therapy, like, they try to see, watch what we eat, and try to stay away from sugar.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, what about the people that use sweet and low? You could put
Yeah.
sweet and low or equal on an ant pile, and it'll
Right.
kill the ants.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
So
You're right. Splenda, all that good stuff.
yeah,
Wow.
Everything. These energy drinks. Oh my God, that's the worst of them all. It's crazy. And then they fail to tell you about
I just got, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you good.
I gotta stop you there, but don't talk about my energy drinks.
I'm gonna talk about your
We
energy drinks.
we all have skin.
I'm gonna talk about your energy
We
drinks.
have
What
all
energy drink do
skin
you drink,
falling
sir?
short.
What do you drink, sir?
Monster, Rock.
Oh my God.
No, let me
You're gonna
stop.
turn into a monster.
Oh
I
man,
know,
you
right?
got all the
There was
killers.
Monster, there was Rockstar.
Listen,
there was
if you are
Grapevine.
gonna drink an energy drink Celsius. Celsius is the healthier out of all of them. The
Yeah.
Celsius
Yeah.
one. If you're gonna drink one. So listen, there's gonna be some things that's avoidable. Hey, we like what we like sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But it's about making sure, even if we're making a healthier choice of them all. Who doesn't like fried chicken sometimes? I love fried chicken. I'm gonna put it in my air fryer. I'm not gonna use oil. I'm not gonna use that. Every now and then, do I want my grandmother's? Absolutely, but I'm not gonna eat it in excess.
Right.
A lot of people, I find out nowadays, they don't even know how to properly clean their meats if they're eating meats at all. Why are you putting that into your system? I tell people, I said, if you sit that piece of chicken right now, you see all that gook and all that stuff that's coming off of it, and you're putting that into your system, you think simply rinsing it off, if you don't get some lime lemon and some hot water and some vinegar and clean that chicken if you're going to eat it,
You're right.
and take that skin off.
Yeah, because the thing is,
Or 1 second, I'm in a meeting, please come back. Hola, mira, mamacita, come back later. No.
Boy, I tell you.
Yeah, be back. Thank you.
that's because they think skin is the best part of the chicken. When it's fried crispy.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People don't realize
They think they want that crispy.
The guys don't realize that soursop has cancer-fighting agents in it. This is a natural fruit that comes from the Caribbean. Okay, for us with melanin in the Caribbean. soursop is one of the leading, but they don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that it has cancer fighting agents in it. How I know? Because my biological father had brain cancer. He's in remission now. And you know what his main diet consisted of? Soursop. Brain cancer, I saw my dad get this big. And now he's just as big and burly as ever. My biological father from the soursop. So
But what we have to realize is that the elders, they always did a cleanse and a fast for about a week. They wouldn't eat nothing but drink water for about a week. And that's why you have women and men that lives up to 120, 115, because they don't eat the food. They just eat the fruit that, that they grow on their own yard, on their own land. And we have to stop thinking that, I gotta have some meat with mine, man. Vegetables just don't hit right without some meat. So once we start to realize who we are and whose we are, we will start to feel better, not get sick. I was listening to Nuri Muhammad, and he was saying that if you eat one meal every 3 days, you'll never get sick. Yeah. One meal every 3 days. You'll never find yourself sick. So we need to think about that. That was something to think about. That's something to really take into consideration. How often do I fast? How often do I not eat? How often am I going to be without what I think is healthy? Yeah. So that's a lot of things we have to think about, man.
Yeah, fasting is life. Fasting is life, and it's different for everybody. Everybody can do whatever days is suitable for them because it goes, with age and weight and all that other kind of stuff. But yes, it's definitely life. It gives your body a chance to heal itself. Yeah. It's healing itself and it's cleaning itself of all the toxins and the worms and the disgusting things that come from the things that we're putting into our body. Meats, beef is the worst. Oh my gosh, I think beef is even worse than pork at this point. Milk. Oh my gosh. We talked about that, you and I, Keith, about the milk thing. You think about it. Milk is supposed to sustain a baby calf.
But you got to remember this. A baby calf is
how much?
How many other animals drink another animal's milk?
Exactly. You're absolutely right. Why are we giving this to our children? The fat content alone is killing them. The cultures is in it, you know what I mean? So, and I know a lot of people nowadays from learning that fact, when they think about it, they're like, I shouldn't be drinking that. I shouldn't be putting that in my body. Keith, no, I breastfed my children until they were what, 2? Yeah. Best thing ever.
That's good. And for them. A lot of bodybuilders, when they're looking for protein, they actually, they're using breast milk.
Yes.
They're going for $20.
They even want the afterbirth. Yeah. Because of all the vitamins and nutrients that's in it. Yeah. So yeah. The woman is the queen of all things.
People talking about, drink more almond milk. I'm like, almonds don't have titties. No. Give me my
fat content in almonds is crazy.
Almonds don't have titties. Yeah, they do. You got the point.
Women in there right now. If y'all need some milk, I could get some for y'all.
Yeah. Say what you say, Mike? Wow. Huh? Mike say,
I can get some milk for you. Like, huh? What? I missed something in this conversation.
Yeah. Say she over there with a pump. Talking about y'all come here.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, talk about money making ideas.
Listen, back in the
we selling breast milk.
Back in the Depression, both of my grandmothers were lactating nurses. So for the women that couldn't produce milk for their babies, they didn't go out and go get a goat. They didn't go out and get a cow. They had other women that were breastfeeding these babies to sustain them. Why did we think that was?
Do y'all remember when the slave women used to always use the black woman's breast milk?
Yeah, absolutely. They wanted our milk.
Yeah, I seen that on one of them.
I remember reading about it.
Yeah, I seen it on one of them shows, one of them old shows,
Yeah. The slaves were the lactating nurses for the slave owners.
Yeah.
They raised their children.
Right.
They were the ones who
Yeah.
nurtured their children in every way, shape, or form, including, like you said, Keith, breastfeeding them when they kept the women. That's why they wanted them when they had a baby. They were trying to stop them from feeding their own children in order to feed theirs, because they saw how healthy and how big and how wonderful our children were coming from these Black women. And
Yeah.
they wanted that, but yet they hated us,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
yet it was our life pumped into their children that
Yeah.
made them grow and be healthy.
And you wonder why all these white men like Black women.
Huh?
That's
It's just something I'm
Well,
attracted to.
right.
Something.
Yeah.
Something.
It ain't
Listen,
just
Black
the
is
booty.
beautiful.
Right.
Listen, you mix Black with anything and it's just amazing. You can't say that about every other race. But you mix Black with
Well,
anything.
we have to realize something though. We are the original people anyway, so every other
Absolutely.
race comes from us. They were just dropped off in
Absolutely.
different countries, different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't get but 5 months of, I mean, when you get 2 months of sun, your skin is gonna pale out anyway. You
Mm-hmm.
got to have the sun, because that's, as we're all energy beings. We
Mm-hmm.
can't be out here thinking that putting suntan lotion on. I seen Black people trying to put suntan lotion. I say, what the fuck? What are you doing?
I had a cousin
why?
like that.
You
He used
don't
to
put
work in a tanning
suntan lotion.
salon.
You're blocking the sun. You need that for your body.
Yeah.
That is energy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't want my skin to burn. Your skin is burnt. That was the whole purpose of you being burnt.
And it's a protection. It
Yeah,
protects
you
you.
need to be burnt. It's a protection.
But you know, that's
We
society.
always
The
we always
society
try
telling
to
them
do what
that
white
they're
people
not
do.
pretty. You know, that's
Right.
society telling
When
them
we
that.
get certain status, we get a certain amount of money, we start wanting to be something that we're not. And
Right.
that's the saddest
Right.
thing, because we have to realize that our bodies are not built like white people bodies. So if you get a prescription filled for breast cancer, whatever, they're taking that from a person who's white. They're taking
Yes.
the um, the symptoms and all of that from a white man or from a white
Yeah.
woman,
Mhm.
and that's not your body. So they're
Right.
giving you a prescription on something that is for a white male or a white
Mm-hmm.
female. It's not for
Yes.
you.
Right.
Politically not right for us.
So
Yep.
once we start growing our own herbs, we start growing our own seasonings and things like that. I'm doing work right now for some Indian people, and they grow everything.
Everything.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, they go to the store, they got jackfruit in the yard, they got
Yes.
papayas, they
Starfish.
got peppers,
Everything.
they
Mm-hmm.
got
Wow.
everything in their yard, man. Cabbage, they grow their own they grow everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you would never know. On the side of the house, when you look at the house, it's a nice 2-story,
Yeah.
3 bathroom, 4 bedroom house.
Yeah.
But she done put a garden on the side of her house.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Safer.
Mango trees in the back, papaya
Mm-hmm.
trees and
Wow.
jackfruit trees in the yard. I say,
Mm-hmm.
man, y'all
Yam
ain't
plants.
playing.
Remember my parents' house, boy, they had a yam plant. They had the ackee tree. You know, Jamaicans are the same way like that. They had the ackee tree. They had the lemons, the bananas, the plantains. They had everything
Mm.
in the yard and did not even realize it
Yeah,
until we was out there walking around. I'm like, this is like the Garden of Eden. I'm about to pick this. I'm going to eat this. It's healthier. It's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's about the awareness, you know. I think that our people especially, they need to just open their eyes and see that all of these cures or things that they're saying that's going to help them with breast cancer is just not designed for them. It's not designed for us. It's just not.
All right.
So they need to do more research on it and really look and not just say, oh, you know, my boss told me about this doctor over here and this, that, and the other. Do your background check on the doctors too.
Yeah. You're right.
right.
You know, a
That's
lot
what
of
Mike
people don't do
said.
that.
Mike said,
See
you
what
don't
their
trust me.
values are. You know, you got a lot of doctors out here, all they want to do is just push pills on you because they get paid a percentage for that. They are in cahoots with Big Pharma,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to prescribe one
Right.
thing for you to give you something else.
Yeah.
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 You know,
That's
it's
why you
just a
had
never-ending
a
cycle.
lot of black. Remember a while back, probably still going on, but they had a lot of black women that was dying at the birth because, let's be honest, white doctors really don't know how to treat black blacks. So
Mhm.
when
Right.
it the push of black women doctors coming out, it's like, okay, cool. That's why the black women started going to them, because
Yep,
nobody can handle you better than your kind.
absolutely.
Right.
So I'm not gonna sit up there
Well,
and go
let's
be
hope so. Let's hope so. We can say we hope so.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got to do our
Yeah,
research,
sure.
because the sad thing about us, even some of our own kind, they just don't give a
Yeah.
flash rat's ass. They just out there trying to get a buck. They don't care
Mhm.
about doing anything to
Absolutely.
sustain their people.
True, true, true.
And
So
especially if
either
they
way,
get
we
money
got to be
hungry.
cautious.
So
What'd you say, Dr. Mammogram?
and I said, because especially if they get money hungry, like, oh,
Yeah,
okay, I can make this much from pushing pills. Oh, okay, well,
yeah.
sorry, there's no cure
Yeah.
for you, but this can make you live better. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
Yeah.
get money for that. And it is going to
Yeah.
prescribe you something else. It's like, all right, I'm taking this because I get these headaches, but it's going to give me gas with an oily discharge? What is that about?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to give you this for
Wow.
the gas with an oily discharge, but now I'm going to get a horn coming out my forehead? It's just a never ending rut. And it's crazy that
Oh
Right.
it's
my
making us
God.
more and more sick.
Yeah.
The
I'm sorry, was I
world
too graphic?
renowned.
No, ridiculous. It,
Wow.
it's like when they came out with those other pills for the men, like, Blue Chews, Viagra. They'll
Yeah.
prescribe you Blue Chews, but it's guaranteed to give you constipation. So now you're going to have an erection while sitting on the toilet. I'm good.
Right,
Oh
You
my
got an erection
God.
you can't even use. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you over the
right,
toilet
right.
paper. Oh, that's crazy. That is
It's
crazy.
so true.
Well, Miss Shauna, we appreciate you coming on. It was a
I
plum pleasing
appreciate you guys
pleasure.
having me
We know you at work and getting to the money.
all the time. I am the
Yeah.
boss.
Hey, you mentioned Latino.
Oh,
What side?
Puerto Rico, my papi.
Yeah. My people are from Honduras, Tegucigalpa.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bendición.
Mm.
You
We're
speak
gonna have to,
Spanish?
huh?
Speak Spanish?
To my grandparents.
Poquito, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they originals. I mean, my grandfather, he lived to be 100. My grandmother just made 101.
Yes, yes.
wow.
And
That-
listen, we need to go to Honduras. I have one of my coworkers. He's like my work nephew. He always is telling me, he's like, Titi, I need to take you to Honduras. I need to take you Nicaragua too. They say the same thing. Like, I have another coworker who said the same thing. Their grandparents lived well until their hundreds. I'm like, I don't know
yeah.
what they're doing down there, but I need to go.
Well, that's where Dr. Sadie from.
Ain't eating
He's from
American
Honduras.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, American food is the worst. They killing us, man.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really
It's the
don't have
Well,
a
all
worst.
right,
food.
young lady,
Like
you go
every
ahead
country
and
has their own cuisine. Not America.
and
Mm-mm.
finish off your night, and then
We
we'll
do.
have
It's
you
called
on
dumpster
again.
dining. It's called dumpster dining. That's what America has.
Yeah.
Wow, that's true though. Cause we
You
are
Uh,
eating
sit
a
and you
lot of
even think about the
garbage.
kids. I sit all the time and I look at like other countries like Asia and
uh,
England and different places. I look at the lunches and I'm like, what the heck? They giving our kids frozen fish sticks that I don't even think is fish.
It's
I don't
probably
know what they
not.
no,
putting in that.
it's not.
And
It's
that's
not.
peas and carrots. But then you look at these other countries and what they're giving them, and it's like, wow. And they wonder why these kids, they're giving them brain food and
Yeah.
food to sustain their mental health, their physical health, and they're like killing us out here.
Yeah,
It's crazy. It's crazy, but yet everybody wants to come to America, right?
Yeah. Land of the
yeah.
free.
Misled.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, free to
Mm-hmm.
die freely and be in debt. That's about it.
But the
Mm,
healthcare not free.
true.
No, they gonna get you for that. Well, all right, young lady. You have a good evening.
Thank
Until the
you,
next
fellas.
time.
You as well. Stay blessed. Highly favored. King status. Mamba mentality. See you later,
All
guys.
right, all right.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, man, that was really good. But I tell you, we all need to take a trip to Honduras, maybe. Maybe we can save some of our lives, man, because we're dying at a fast rate because we're not paying attention to what we eat. We're not paying attention to the lotions we put on our bodies, the perfumes we spray on our clothes that's gonna stay there.
Yeah.
So once we start detoxing, it's just not for your stomach and your gut, even though your gut is your first brain. So we really need to really take care of our gut so that our bodies can function properly, man.
Even so
And
much as
that's
the
why,
deodorants. You ever
yeah,
have
yeah,
deodorant in the morning? You sweat all day. You go take a shower. You still smell like that damn deodorant. Like,
yeah. That's crazy, ain't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's something else, man.
it's true.
Yeah. Any deodorant that stains your t-shirts under your arm, you see them yellow stains up under people's arms.
yeah,
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a bad deodorant, man. That's not supposed to be like that.
right.
Hey,
I don't understand it. But it goes to
and it
show
absorbs into you.
what we don't pay attention to. That's all it
Man,
is.
Right.
they don't even throw away the white shirts. They keep them.
That's my favorite tea. That's my
Yeah.
favorite tea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But man, yeah, I read about this breast cancer. They say this goes back to Egypt.
Hmm?
Wow.
Yeah, man. 35, what was it, 35 BC, 3500 BC?
Hmm.
Something like that.
Wow.
So this was
That
way,
I didn't
way
know.
before. Yeah, man, and this is the truth though. So when you find a tumor in your breast, like you say, male or female, you really got to go to that doctor, man. You got to always, and they try to say exercising is really good for it, but exercising it'll lower the risk, but it won't eliminate the risk.
Right.
Wearing tight bras and wearing all this, that don't make sense. It's the food. See, that's the thing. I had put a post up there the other day where I was saying that they distract us so that we don't go against them.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they gonna
Yep.
put the finger on everybody else but themselves.
Hmm.
Narcissistic people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
And that's
true. Our country has been like that for ever since the country began. We'll point
yeah.
fingers at other countries to keep those countries from looking at us for doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
it's it was 2000 BCE.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. 2000. God, man. That's major, brother. That's major. So that lets you know it's been since the beginning, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way before our great grandparents was born. So we really have to really pay attention to what we're doing out here, y'all. All we doing is just bringing awareness to this whole situation of breast cancer, prostate cancer, lung cancer, brain cancer. Like she said, her dad had brain cancer, and
Mhm.
multi-myeloma. I heard this one guy say he had multi-myeloma, and all he did for a whole year is eat fruit. Went away on its own.
Yeah.
Body
They had a guy
healed.
that ate watermelon for, I think he ate watermelon for like 90 days. It was a long period of time. Every day, all he ate was watermelon. I mean, but he was
Yeah.
trying to lose weight, and I'm just like, okay.
He lost weight too, didn't
Oh, absolutely.
If it
he?
works,
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, man, 2 years ago, I was wearing a size 42. And since I started this health journey, man, I'm back down to a 38.
nice.
That's good.
Congratulations.
I
Yeah.
feel good. I be on that treadmill running for about 5 minutes without stopping. And
Mm,
I'm talking about like at a full speed though.
Mhm.
nice.
So it's like, but I get on the elliptical now. The elliptical, I do a whole mile without stopping on that elliptical. I do a mile, but
Nice.
on that treadmill, I think it's about half a mile because I get tired when I'm just body fully running and you using your own, like elliptical is the machine, so it'll help you, but that treadmill you gotta really run.
Yeah. Try slowing
Yeah,
down, you go
yeah,
flying off.
yeah. But yeah, man, we really do. But I appreciate you, Mike. I'm proud of you for opening that class and that for self defense class. That right there is very
Mhm.
big. We need in our community. Even though black people think they just know how to fight because they black, you got
Mhm.
some people out here from other races that's gonna beat y'all to death. So we
Absolutely.
really need,
Right.
you try to protect your woman, you can't even protect her because you ain't been to
You
the
can't
gym or you
protect
don't know
yourself.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that type of business.
All they're gonna try to do is pull out that blicky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and get a license.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. First thing you hear somebody say, "Oh, you know that karate? I got my gun. When you gonna get to it? If I know you got it, you ain't getting to it. So now what?"
That part right there.
Mm,
That part right there. But yeah, man, these things really do need to take place in all environments of us. Coming back together, man,
mhm.
getting our communities back, man. I was talking to my little cousin. He was talking about how we don't start doing things just like y'all was saying earlier. We don't do things until it's too late or until our backs
Right.
against the wall. When our backs against the wall, oh, we want to go to the doctor and get our breast checked out, or we done had one two. That's like me myself. I couldn't even walk down the hall. I was urinating on myself, and then when I get to the doctor, I'm thinking it's kidney failure. I get to the
Mhm.
doctor, they tell me multiple myeloma cancer, and I'm like,
Wow.
nah, bro, I don't got no cancer. So that's why I went on my health journey.
Right.
The oncologist, she was like, yeah, your numbers are going down because I don't eat every day. I'm not
Mhm.
out here just trying to find the biggest meal, and it's like last year I went to Chicago kicking it with my daughters. We drinking Don Julio and eating everything I in sight. Bro, I threw up for a whole 2 days. She
Wow.
said, Daddy, you don't even eat. I was like, boy, I just wanted to taste this and I wanted to try this. She said, but Daddy, you don't eat like that. Don't put your body
Yeah.
through something that you done start, you telling me how to eat. Now you done got down here in Chicago last year and now you want to just eat anything? Nah,
Yeah. Cause I
Yeah.
know I can't even eat like I used to. Like sweets, everything. Cause I mean, double stuffed Oreos used to be my weakness. Like
man.
now, it's like I
Say
would
they got the
literally like
strawberry.
sit down. Yeah,
They
sit
got
down,
the
eat a whole
strawberry
row
double
of them.
stuff now.
Yeah,
Oh
I eat a whole
wow.
row of them, and it's like now I'm like, man, shit. I mean,
Oh
working the way I
man.
do, it's like I eat when I get hungry. That whole 3 times a meal is like three meals a day or four, however you feel or whatever. But it's like now it's like I literally eat when I'm hungry or have a
Yeah,
protein shake.
Mhm.
Like
right,
when I was eating all that food, it was just like because I always want to be big because I'm tall. So I
right.
always want to be like 230, 240. And got to the size, then I'll go jogging, I'll go up and down the steps. Like, man, my fucking chest hurt from all that stuff. I'm like,
Mhm.
this is what it feel like to have breasts? Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
it's crazy, man. We really do have to take care of ourselves, better care of ourselves, and we can't wait until we, feeling bad or something like that, y'all. We really need to do
Yeah.
better as black people, man, as melanated people. I'm quit calling us blacks because black is not a race.
No,
It's
Right.
not a country called black. It's not even a country called melanated, but we can't, we can just
Yeah.
say we're Americans. That's all we can say because that's the only country we've been in all our
Mhm.
life. But we the melanated Americans. So that's a true statement because
Yeah.
we're not African Americans, we're melanated Americans. So
yeah,
it's like we
Right.
change the terminology, change our mindsets, change different on how we approach situations. That way we can have different results because a lot of people are trying to change their life by doing the same thing that their mother did or something like that. And it's like you can't change your life with matter. What did Dr. Joe Dispenza say? You can't change matter with matter.
right.
You know, you have to
Right.
create a whole new thought. You have to become absolutely nothing to create the brand new you that you're trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So when you lose yourself all the way, just be like, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
Now, it's like a piece of clay, pottery class. I remember them spin wheels, man, and we hold our hand on the clay and then we can form it. We stick our finger in the middle of it. Now we got a cup. We get the middle open. Now we can form the outside. It's so many things that we doing in our real life that on our Facebook life that we don't do in our real life, and we really need to, start getting back into them pottery classes, hot yoga
Sure.
classes, just doing things that's gonna better us and bettering us instead of looking at, oh boy, y'all see they fighting on there, or y'all listen to the housewives, or man, Morion, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry Springer.
Jerry.
Yep. But you know, there was a time that I was out of work and I watched that, and I realized every day I started going right back to it. And I'm like, what the hell?
That's an
I
addiction,
can't
boy.
do it no more. I can't watch it now. Yeah, it's like it's so easy to get into watching this shit, but it ain't no good for you. It just shows you the
Maury
worst
and
out of
Jerry.
everybody. Yep.
Yeah, Maury Povich, Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ricky Lake. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All of that. But man, we
Good
appreciate everybody
entertainment,
for tuning
man.
in. It was a great show, man. We had the guest on there with the conversation.
Yeah. A
Yep.
little Puerto Rican mommy.
Yeah. Keep talking 100 miles and running.
Yeah.
But say, Mike, get them good people, give them something to think about on this go out, man. Let me think about something too.
Wow. Wow. Damn, I can't even talk now. I would say, go get those mammograms. Get those mammograms done. Get checked out, fellas. You know if you big and you overweight. If you look down and you got breasts, you know it. Go get checked. All
Yeah.
right. It's
That's
better to
right.
go get checked now than to be sitting back later talking about, oh, now I got to get one cut off.
And you
Let's not
and you
get
wonder
there.
why those women enjoy playing with men's breasts.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Dr. Mammogram, what you got for us?
I just want to say, I mean, it was a great show overall. Thanks again to the guests that came on. You're welcome back
Yes.
anytime. Ladies, definitely go and get your breasts checked. And if you can't find a good doctor, my office hours are. Nah, but I just want to say that cancer can be the best reason. Like cancer can be the reason that you be your best self, and cancer survivors are blessed to live 2 lives because they live how they were living with breast cancer, and then once you go into remission, then it's a whole new life. It's almost like once you get sick and then you heal or get better, it's like damn, you live life totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But real talk, go get checked, females and males.
that's for real. All I'm gonna say is, man, believe, inspire, and impact. You have to believe in what you're going through. Like that guy told me, like I read about that guy. He said, if you ain't living it, you don't believe it. So that's what we're
Right.
gonna do. We're gonna believe. We're gonna inspire, and then we're gonna create this impact, man. So let's keep being great, y'all, man. We appreciate that for tuning in. Everybody for tuning in. Go over there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll be back next week, man,
Yes, sir.
with a
Yep.
great topic. We already got the topic for next week, so we're gonna holler at y'all next
Yep.
week, man. All right, all
All
right.
right.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace. Yes, sir.